Good evening, my skin enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright, because it's time for the abnormal barders. Yes, we have a select number of skins that will be appearing in just about an hour and 30 minutes time, and basically they are abnormal skins. They will be appearing at midnight UK time. Now you might be wondering, Hedge, what on earth are you on about? What are abnormal skins? Well, if you need help with that, please look in the description of this video right now, and you will see two videos are provided which will explain everything. The first one is a short video, about 60 seconds long, but it'll briefly go over all the details to explain what abnormals are. And, well, if you want a little bit more of an extensive explanation, if you want to properly understand how to identify these abnormal skins, consider watching the second video, which is about 20 minutes long, but it goes a lot more further in depth, and it should definitely help you out in understanding the whole scope of things. In short, we're doing this to try and make some sweet, delicious profit. Basically, if we can be the first people to attack these with buy orders, we potentially might be the people who end up buying these skins for a much cheaper price when people list their skins for a lower price. It's all based on priority for buy orders and whatnot. First come, first serve, depending on what you offer and whatnot. So it's like a queue. Alright, cool. So, basically, we're now going to go ahead and figure out what prices we might want to offer for all of these skins. There might be various different reasons that might help these skins or, you know, negatively affect these skins. We're going to go over all of them, and, well, first of all, we will be discussing the likes of abnormals first. Then afterwards, we'll go over the likes of the regular skins. Those are the skins that will only become marketable when the roster rotates tomorrow. Understood? Shall we proceed? Let's get started. Flashbacks, hoodie and pants. Now, I'm sure many of you are aware that I put out a video right here. I'm going to mute it just in case it screams very loudly, where I kind of showcase that flashbacks in a pair with the likes of other cheap green skins proved to be a very effective camouflage for the green environments such as forests and grassy areas. Whilst it might not be just as perfect compared to the likes of Forest Raiders is ridiculously expensive. Just those 5 pieces right there, $120. That is madness. But in comparison, you could get a budget set with the likes of Flashbacks, hoodie and pants, such as with what I have over here with the likes of the Elite Crate Tier 3 armor and the Reptile Hunter kilt. That only costs $8. That is 15 times cheaper. That is ridiculously cheaper, isn't it? So, what I'm trying to get across is, if you do look at the likes of Flashbacks in the vein of... Sorry, I kind of said that a bit weird. If we don't end up seeing a continuation appearing, I can still seeing it working out perfectly fine. So this is where I quickly showcase these other videos. I want to show these off much more in depth. Like, this is what I originally recorded. This is a good look at how effective Forest Raiders is. Can you see the man? Well, he's right there. And, well, I doubt you spotted him fast enough, because he's got a gun, he shot you first. Screwed. That is the effectiveness of camouflage. But now, after seeing how Forest Raiders performs, can you see the budget option right here? And, well, you might have noticed it by now, because you know where to look. But yeah, there you go. That is just as effective. That is just as good. That is 15 times cheaper. That is $8 right there. Now, you don't have to use the likes of those skins that I'm using right there. You could, you know, spend a little bit more money. Franken chestplate and Franken face mask are a perfect tier 3 armor to blend in with the likes of the Flashbacks hoodie and pants. But yeah, that's all budget options. And that's all based on, do we actually see a new continuation appearing or not? Guess what happened over the past weekend? Gentlemen, if you aren't fully well aware, I do my Rust Workshop skin checks videos every single week, where we go over all the newest skins that appear in the workshop, and we talk about the likes of all the continuations. Now, I've just got to mute this as well. And what do we see over down here in the bottom, at the very end? Why, it appears that we had Flashbacks Tier 3 armor appear over the past weekend. Let's go take a look at it. So, as I go over to here, look at the workshop, and if we can just quickly see the skins right here, yes. Tier 3 was submitted as soon as possible, the very next week. And now we need to discuss the potential with this pair of hoodie and pants, because you kind of want to get this in your head. This is the first core pieces to be accepted, alright? Now that's special, that's an interesting spot. Why? Because there are 2 instances that's going to greatly favour this. If we do see the likes of Tier 3 being accepted, well, guess what else could potentially appear afterwards? Tier 2. And we will be expecting a nice spike in demand and spike in price. Much like how we saw with Damascus set, when the tier 2 was accepted, the final core piece for this set, all of these skins here, the clothing and the armour, tier 3, hoodie and pants, they actually went back up into the positive. These were very badly in the red, in the negative. But when we saw a new core piece being accepted, spike in demand, spike in price. Very nice, very cool. Now imagine that with a much more in demand set. And now you can understand the very nice possibilities. So I was just talking this over with the chat. If we just quickly remind ourselves of the likes of Legacy Kevlar, that was the most recent, very in-demand set. That did lead to some potential problems down the line, and I did bring this up in a video over here. Do you remember when just a few days ago, I have talked about the things to be worried about in regards to flashbacks. I recorded that on the day that the roster rotation happened last week. However, with certain things that have appeared over the past few days, such as the tier 3 armor appearing, we're leaning more in the positive now that things are going to work out just as fine. But consider giving this video a watch if you haven't, just to understand that we thought Legacy Kevlar was totally fine. We thought everything was going to work out perfectly fine with that. Nope. Are we foolish to assume the exact same thing will be happening with the likes of our flashback set? Will everything be perfectly fine? I cannot comfortably answer that because I don't know. It's not a case of will my actions potentially ruin things, it's other people. For you see, other people buy these skins as well. And, well, go take a look at Legacy Kevlar and, look at all those quantities. Not looking good. But we're not here to talk about the state of Legacy Kevlar. We're here to talk about the likes of what happened when we saw new skins appearing for this set. So if you don't remember, at the very beginning of December, when we had the 10th anniversary, Legacy Kevlar Tier 3 armor was accepted. These Tier 3 pieces right here sold very, very highly. At least 55,000, both of them, even though the face mask did 65,000 sales. Regardless, the main point I'm trying to get across is they were the first pieces to appear in the set. Then we got the kilt, then we got the hoodie and pants, and then later down the line, we did see the likes of the rest of the Tier 2 armor. So these spiked in price twice, and let's just go show you how that turned out. This is currently selling for $3.30, but way back when, back in December time, when we saw at the end of the month, we saw the kilt being accepted. Oh look, kilts appeared. Spike them on, spike in price. Doubles in price. Very nice, very cool. And then what happened the very next week? Oh look, hoodie and pants have appeared. Doubled in price. And higher. Yes. So, when we have an in-demand set, you should expect the spikes to be a whole lot bigger. Potentially, okay? So at one point, this chest plate was selling for around $11 to $12. That was nice. That was cool. But unfortunately, it did slowly go down in price again. Alright, so we've established that with its current position, we know, potentially down the line, after Tier 3, we'll get Tier 2 as well. But there's no guarantees we are definitely going to see the likes of Tier 3 and Tier 2 being accepted. You might assume, but they print so much money and whatnot. Yeah, they probably would. But they've turned down very notable skins from very notable collections before. And, well, basically, the answer is basically me saying they're not always financially motivated, it seems, with the Rustor. I know, it's odd, I know, but the fact that they turned down the likes of a whiteout jacket and whatnot, and various blackout skins and whatnot, yeah, okay, so that seems to be happening. So, I'm still leaning in the positive. I understand that I had a bit of a ramble, but there's a lot of context to throw out there to you. So, over to here. Here's our armor. That's looking very sweet, looking very cool. There's the full setup. And if we were to go over to here, there you go. That's probably a much better look, during the day. And that works. That's a nice light green that would work perfectly fine both in the foresty area and, of course, the grassy area. Much better compared to likes of Reptile Hunter, which only really worked in the darker parts of the foresty areas. But hang on a minute, how's Reptile Hunter currently looking? Because Reptile Hunter, if you can't remember, came out during springtime 2023. And, well, it's been quite some time now, almost a year later. How's that currently looking? Reasonably okay, minus the kilt, because that's just got tons of stock on the Steam market. These skins are doing fine, and let me tell you, all skins at the moment aren't exactly doing super great. In general, most skins right now are going down in price. That's not a pretty sight to see. But then you look at the likes of this collection, and it's doing fine. It's gone down a fair bit, yes it has. But I just got okay. Thank you. Someone just subscribed. Thank you very much, Metsoya. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly. Sorry. All right, anyway, main point I'm trying to get across is this was our previous budget Forest Raiders set. Wasn't exactly super green, but it was dark green. It was good enough. This still worked out fine. This still did very nicely. So, even though they didn't sell as much as Flashbacks, for example, well, I mean, these pieces did, this still worked out all right. Now, we've got to talk about the amount of sales they've had. 26,000. 26,000 isn't ridiculous. 26,000 is actually kind of reasonable. 26,000 actually matches up with the likes of Forest Raiders. So I'm looking at the bare minimum sales, the subscriber count. If we quickly hop over to Forest Raiders and make a comparison, well, that did 28,000, 28,000, 28,000, 28,000 just under. Yeah, you can see that we've basically kind of matched up to Forest Raiders. However, how many accounts out there hidden away are private secret hidden stash accounts? You know, they probably bought 1,000 of these, or maybe even 10,000, who knows. There are some very rich individuals out there who probably bought a lot of these, and of course, if we do see continuations, they might unload all of it onto the Steam market. Hooray! Oh dear. What I'm saying is there's a lot of people have probably already jumped in, invested into this with the pure intent to sell. Alright? Now, there's nothing wrong with that, other than if there's too many people that are buying with the pure intent to sell, you end up with a lot of stock on the Steam market. Case in point, Legacy Kevlar. If we could quickly go back over to that, what do we see? Lots of stock. And unfortunately, it does negatively affect the likes of our prices. If we look at Legacy Kevlar Kilt right here, you can see people have been competing with each other, undercut, and eventually you get people here that just do big fat quantities. People who don't know any better and effectively ruin the prices. But if they didn't do that, it could do a whole lot better, but yeah, no, they're not going to do that because they're not very smart. It is unfortunate. So please keep that in mind, alright? This still is vulnerable for the likes of that happening. So, based on the amount of people we tend to see currently playing at the moment, which, well, no, for a day like this at the very end of the month, that's not super great, is it? But we kind of understand that. We do have quite a lot of people playing at the moment. Now, if we go back to the past, like, 2 years, back when Forest Raiders came out, that's a little comparison I want to do. It's like the summertime, wasn't it? Yeah, it's still fairly similar. So, based on what I'm seeing here, I can't help but assume Flashbacks is going to do okay. Okay at bare minimum. But if we do see the positive things happening, such as a new continuation appearing and being accepted, then that's lining up to being very nice. Very interesting. So, as I said, with my Rust Workshop skin checks, if we quickly go back over to here, we had a lot of very interesting skins that were submitted over the past weekend and as of Monday, and this being one of them. But there are other potential contenders for a clothing and armor spot. So, let's just quickly go over to here. Bring up this workshop. Here you go. Here's the collection. I'm sure you've seen this by now. As I scroll down, I want to show you something. For next March Force Wipe, which is next week, what do we have? Well, we've got Thunder Gold hoodie and pants. We've got Legacy Kevlar version 2 for the boots and the gloves. And then you got Flashbacks. And then you got all of these other clothing and armor skins. In short, there is quite a competition for a clothing and armor spot for the March Force Wipe. Do you know what? Do you know what would be a very nice Rust store if they accepted all of them? We will be so poor. But yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But I wouldn't expect anything like that. I think at best just seeing one of them being accepted. One of those groups. Which one will it be? Who knows? Maybe we might even see one of them appear tomorrow. I doubt it, and I'll talk more about that in a second later on. But in short, all of these collections are vying for a spot. Who wins? Will Thundergold get its final core piece and be complete, and then we have an actual complete budget white collection compared to the likes of Whiteout, because Comics Collection never finished, did it? Will we see, technically, the actual final slot, the gloves and the boots being accepted for Legacy Kevlar, which then means, effectively, all potential reasonably interesting clothing and armor skins for Legacy Kevlar are all accepted by then. You might even see a bit of a boost in demand for the already existing skins. Maybe we shall see. Or do we just simply see the continuation of Flashbacks? Who knows? But you understand now, you cannot instantly assume we're guaranteed to get a continuation. Maybe it takes another version 2, because don't forget, Flashbacks hoodie and pants were version 2s. Technically speaking, the hoodie was a version 3, but whatever. So, yeah. Right. If you're confident in the likes of Flashbacks hoodie and pants, and I will sit here and say I am confident. I'm going to sit here and say, in terms of prices that we might want to offer for these $1.49 skins, guys, at bare minimum, you want to offer $1. 100%. I'll be honest with you, I think we can go all the way and probably do like $1.30. You might even want to do $1.40. I'll be honest with you, they're cheap, they are affordable, they are approachable. Yeah, I cannot help but assume these can only be going in the positive. And like I said, they haven't really sold a ridiculous amount. Legacy Kevlar Hoodie and Pants sold a ridiculous amount, 50,000 plus. Well, these sold half as much, based on what SCMM can see. So, yeah. It's up to you what you do, alright? I've pointed out that there is a reasonable risk, because like I said, there's no guarantee that we are definitely going to see the continuations being accepted. But I'm sure you can understand the allure of all the potential positives is interesting, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of you want to give it a shot. But at the very least, before you consider even buying these, abnormal barders first. At least $1, and, well, as I said, you probably want to push it all the way up to maybe $1.40. If anything, I wouldn't be surprised people just do $1.50 buy orders. Do not be surprised if that happens. And with that strength, with all the buy order support, it does look fine then to consider buying these. Yeah, so we'll be figuring that out later on in this, what will be this video. For me, it'll be in about 2 hours time maybe. But anyway, in short, that's what I'm thinking about Flashbacks. I know there's a lot to talk about, and I'm very sorry, but I'd rather give you everything to consider rather than the bare minimum, and then you get problems down the line. Alright, so it's up to you what you do now. Alright, in chat, you're responsible with your Steam wallet. I've got my Steam wallet, and I know I can replenish it if bad things happen. I know you can't, unfortunately, so we're not the same. Let's move on. Respawn Allegory Fresco. This rug has done 23,000 sales. This rug is a piece of art, quite literally. It glows in the dark, even better. But we do need to consider what's going to happen to this. Will we see more rug skins potentially being produced this year? I won't be surprised in the slightest. Will we potentially get more rug skins as Twitch drops? Maybe. We did get 2 already this year, so let's just go remind ourselves. If you can recall, we did get the likes of Memories Rug and Restore Your Rug. They're nice rugs. Glow in the dark, very useful, very nice. But this right here is different. This right here is a work of art. No, not you, go away. Oops, where am I? Hedge had a moment again. Sorry about that. There we are. Perfect. Are people going to be buying that to actively like put on their walls and enjoy? Is it going to be enough people? I don't know. So at the moment we've got about 80,000 average people playing a day, which is fine. And this has done about a quarter of that. Just over 20,000 sales. Could you sit there and say 1 in 4 people that will look at this will want to buy it and use it? How many people do you reckon have bought this with the pure intent to sell? I don't think as much as the hoodie and pants, for example, but it's awkward. All right, we've seen a lot of rugs sell for very high quantities in the past, and then they just kind of floundered. So, remember kelp rug? Well, then again, kelp rug did get kind of upstaged compared to grass rug. Grass rug appeared a lot more brighter green, fared a lot better. Hell, William even made a video talking about it and utilising it as actual camouflage, not the kelp rug, so you stink and you're okay. But we had Starfish Rug, 89 cents. What else do we have? Heart Rug, remember that? Haha, 60 cents. Spiderweb Rug with all its transparency, 22,400 bare minimum sales. This right here, 22,700 bare minimum sales. Yeah, awkward. So, are we going to see a situation where we look at the likes of Rug from Hell? Do you remember that? Remember when this came out for Halloween in 2022 and just instantly went up in the positive and instantly did really good? Well, let's just go remind ourselves. Respawn Allegory Fresco is quite the counterpart to the likes of Rug from Hell. You got Hell and you got Heaven. Right, this is currently $4, and if we look at its past, as you can see, it went instantly. It just went instantly. So that did quite nicely. Now, that isn't exactly instantly. That was a 2-month period of time, but you can still see it worked out very nicely and basically doubled in price. Can we assume similar things will happen with the likes of the rug? It's awkward. Number one, that's $1.49. All of the other rugs that we just saw a minute ago were around like $2.49. So that's a little bit different. Alright? If the demand is strong enough, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But I'm looking at this down the line. You know, at some point around Easter time, will that still go down in price? At some point around autumn, fall season, you know, the autumn, fall seasonal dip, that happens every single year, will that go down real bad? I don't know. I am conflicted. Because it's sold a lot. A lot compared to what we've seen over the past few weeks. Not a lot in the grand scheme of things. But it is a very, 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 very cool looking piece of art. It's incredibly goofy, but the right kind of goofy. It's a genuinely good piece of art. Now, we did speak with Mr. Vase, didn't we, chat? And we asked him, could you do like a Vitruvian man, like garage door, like with his arms all spread out, have like a weapon on each hand and whatnot? That'd look cool. That'd look cool. So, looking at this. I don't know if this is going to turn into some sort of collection. I know a lot of people would appreciate it because work of art, exquisite piece. I think we can at least do $1 buy order, but I don't know if I want to offer too much more. Like, again, I wasn't super confident when the From Hell rug came out, but I failed to realise that a lot of people really did like put it all over their base. Like some people actually making some very cool like base ideas. Congratulate! Oh, Algorithm bought 100 flashbacks. Well, you're the one who made it. Couldn't you just make more for yourself? So anyway. I'm conflicted. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 90 cents to $1.20. Yes, I feel like that's probably the better way of doing it. I have missed out on Rug from Hell because I was hesitant. But now I understand people do appreciate a good glow-in-the-dark deplorable. However, things might have changed. What do you mean, Hedge? What's all this all of a sudden? Why have we suddenly stopped? Basically, if you weren't fully well aware, if you've been keeping an eye on the commits, if we just scroll down, we're going to have to go to page 2 immediately. Or actually, no, if I just type in night, there we go. Nightlight. Nightlight is coming to March Force Wipe. Do you not know what this is? Well, I'll quickly hop over to here and show you this video right over here. What a wonderful looking thumbnail. Basically, they're changing nighttime. They're making it brighter. You can now vaguely see around your base. You don't necessarily need glow-in-the-dark deplorables anymore. Now, of course, if you just have a fireplace or, you know, lighting, you don't have to worry about that. But in the early stages of developing your base, you know, it's wipe day, you're kind of rushing, glow-in-the-dark deplorables prove to be very useful, very effective. But is it going to be as effective anymore? Consider watching this video just to get a good idea of what's going on in regards to that. But in short, you can actually vaguely see around your base now, as I said, and outside. I don't know how much of an improvement's going to be because we haven't seen the final product, and you know we see that next week, don't we? But yeah, will Festive Garlands crash? No, I think they're still going to be useful. Like, I still think glow-in-the-dark deplorables are still going to be seen as useful. If they're seen as useful, then that's good. But yeah, if I were to just quickly show you what it currently looks like with our current nighttime, here's Legacy Kevlar. Not all, well, actually no, that is all the pieces. Well, I mean, not the tier 2, but yeah. Oh look, I can't see a thing. So, yeah. What if we just moved to... Oh, no, I can't see a thing. Now, a lot of people kind of assume, yeah, that's why we buy Blackout and Blackout alternative sets. Well, here you go, here's Whiteout. Here's Whiteout. And, yeah, it doesn't matter what you wear when it's pitch black. You're not seeing anything. So, that's a myth busted right there. Now, again, if you're near lighting and whatnot, maybe the whiteout will stand out a little bit better. So, did I talk there? Did you hear something? Anyway. So, with that knowledge, is everything going to be alright for our glow-in-the-dark deplorables from here now? And that potentially does affect our respawn Allegory Fresco. So... No, but I thought I heard talking from the video. I got a little bit concerned with that. Anyway. So, yeah. Sorry to kind of segue to that, but it was the best opportunity to do so. I don't know, and I think I'm just going to play it safe with 90 cents to $1.20. If it does have very good, strong barter support, then, hey, I'm perfectly fine to just jump in and buy some. I mean, put your hands up. All right, fine. It's fine. Barter support is what definitely helps dictate how it's going to do. So, We'll do our buy orders. We'll see what happens next. Let's move on. Damascus Tier 2. This is a big fat no. What do you mean? Why are you immediately saying no? Well, that was a bit quick, wasn't it? Well, compare the sales and you can see the problem. So, more specifically, look at the bottom here with the subscriber count. 13,500, 12,300, 13,300, 12,900, 19,100. Yeah, there's a bit of a difference there, isn't there? 18,000, 18,000. Tier 2 has sold too much in comparison to the Tier 3 and the hoodie and pants. It is not looking good for the Tier 2. I am very... No, that's not abnormal. Oh, no. Well, okay, it's too late. We just... all right, I'll just have to label it as not abnormal. I'm so sorry. I wasn't supposed to talk about that yet, but I just couldn't help myself wanting to jump in and talk about it. I'll just go through all the skins in order from now on then. But basically, Damascus Tier 2 has sold too much in comparison to the rest of the set, and unfortunately... it's not looking like it's going to hold up very well. And if anything, I don't think Damascus is going to hold up very well in general. What helped this out, as we stated earlier, was a new core piece being accepted. It's got a lot of hype behind it. It's got a lot of demand. Spike Command, Spike Plus. We said that earlier, didn't we? But there's nothing really else that could really kind of help this out. Maybe the boots and the gloves. Maybe. And we are starting to dabble into weapons now, it seems. But... I don't think this is going to hold. Metallic sets don't really seem to do very well. And I'm talking about like steel, like silvery metallic designs like that. Yeah. Hard Suit's a great example where once the set was complete, everybody just didn't care about it anymore. I mean, I could show you real quickly. Hard Suit. Hard Suit, how you doing? And the answer is... Even SCMM forgot what it was. It's all in the red. Yep, there you go. Oh, not the gloves. Gloves are fine, but... Yeah. It's unfortunate, but that seems to be a trend. So I am not looking at that with any optimism. I think I'm just going to avoid considering buying into them. Now, what didn't help it was they sold for 99 cents each, whereas all the other pieces sold for like $2, slightly higher, $2 and above. So, yeah. In regards to that, I personally am not probably going to approach them. I have bought far too many metallic sets for very cheap prices, and to try and sell them for a little bit of profit just isn't really worth it. I'd rather just keep my money, personally speaking. So that's my answer to that. Khokhloma Box. This is abnormal. Yeah, this is very special in the sense that the skin creator just put glow in the dark to max setting. Max glow. Look at this. Maximum glow. Yeah, newer skin creators tend to do this quite a lot. When it comes to glow in the dark emission layers, they just set the setting to all the way up. A lot of more experienced people would kind of actually set it down a little bit, you know. Genuine looks, but no, this is just bright. Anyway, so with what we have here, what is your opinion, chat? What do you reckon? Do you like it? Are you a fan of it? Will this turn into a collection? Well, it was actually intended to be turned into a collection. You got your large boxes, you got your small boxes. This was a version 2. That wasn't accepted. They accepted the first one. That was a bit odd. And yes, this was a very random acceptance. It was a late pick. This was originally submitted back in the middle of December. But they accepted it last week. Don't know why, but every now and then Facepunch does that. Facepunch decides. Facepunch picks. And sometimes it makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, the state of large wood boxes. Let's go take a look at that. Because, what's going on? And bad. Bad. Except the storage collections, they're nice, but bad. Red. Negative. Not good. Not looking good whatsoever. There is no skin that came out last year that is in the positive. Now, looking at the state of that, I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't be surprised if that potentially halves in price pretty quickly. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest, no. And you had to ask yourself, are we going to see any more large box skins this year? Yeah, you are. It's always a frequently made skin. Like, item that always gets skins made frequently. Every single week, there's always a batch of large wood box skins being produced. They're not always accepted, of course, but there's always skins being produced. They are like a mainstay, an evergreen item that's always going to keep getting more and more skins being made for it. Because it's not too hard to make them compared to certain other things, I'm under the impression. Anyway, so with the likes of that, looking at that, I am probably just going to do 70 cents to $1, personally. Because I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if it goes all the way down to that price. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. Shall we move on? Yep. Okay, evil Lair metal door. Nothing wrong with this door. I did have someone critique me saying, Hedge, you don't like doors. Why? It's a perfectly fine, cool-looking door. I just don't trust other people with doors, mainly. It's the behaviour of people. Yes, this, for what it is, perfectly fine, cool-looking, glow-in-the-dark door. Do you need anything else? Not really. That's perfect for what it is. However, people seem to be very picky. How are all the sheet metal doors that came out this year so far? And the answer is, well, there you go. They're not doing very good. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, number one, as you can see, we've had far too many skins already accepted this year. We are almost 2 months in and we've already got 8 skins. Do you reckon we'll see another sheet metal door tomorrow? Wouldn't be surprised. But anyway, we're seeing Twitch drops, we're seeing special holiday skins, we've got Easter just around the corner. You're going to see some Easter doors being made. Don't be surprised by that, it's going to happen. So yeah, are we going to see a massive batch of sheet metal door skins being produced and accepted this year? For sure. Are any of them going to be special enough to stand out and be in the positive? I don't know. Is that super unique and special? Not really, no. So, yep. You know, we've got the likes of transparent glow-in-the-dark sheet metal doors that are pay to win, and even they are in the negative. Negative 38%. Okay, well, okay. So, what are you going to offer? Personally, I think I'm going to do another 70 cents to $1 buy order. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just other people. It's not looking good. Plus, $2.49 curse. As you'd know, with all those sheet metal doors in the past that sold for $2.49 that glowed in the dark and looked pretty cool back then, well, yeah, that's going to probably not do very well, is it? It's going to probably suffer pretty badly. I might even skip that, personally speaking, because I'm worried. I don't want to be someone who gets all of that, you know, thrown onto me. Get dumped on. AK47. Not surprised in the slightest this didn't sell well. This appeared literally just after Thundergold and, of course, the likes of the Mystic Dragon. Now, Thundergold has dipped down in price a little bit, but like we said, there's a decent chance that the hoodie and pants get accepted, and that could easily boost back up again. But that's doing reasonably okay. That has already gone down by 50%. But the main point was, that sold for $3.49, that sold for $3.49, and that sells for $3? What? Yeah, basically you had two very cool looking AK47 skins literally just the 2 weeks prior, and well, we look at this, and the best way I can describe it, it's a gimmick. It's not so much a texture, or rather a skin. It is still a texture, but it's like, haha, it's inflatable, haha. I had to blow into it to pump it up because it's inflatable, haha. Well, anyway, it looks like a normal AK. From a distance. Is that what you want? Anyway, so, in regards to that, not surprised it didn't sell that much. Not surprised in the slightest if this ends up probably selling for about $1. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. However, it hasn't really sold that much, and I can't help but assume this very likely could be a random candidate for potentially being manipulated at some point down the line. Alright? So, keep an eye on that. But again, in terms of doing a barter for this, 70 cents, 90 cents. Actually, you know what? Based on the prices we've seen recently for AK-47s, we might have to start doing 60 cents to 80 cents, and I'm not joking. Because the price of metal now, let's go see that. Metal, 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 show me all the metal. Oh no, it's broken. Metal! Please! Don't tell me it got so cheap that it's no longer existent. Right, there we are. Oh wow, that's not looking pretty. It's 75 cents. No. Oh god, it's bad. It's real bad. That's the state of weapon skins at the moment. That is a new low. Oh dear. Oh dear. Sorry, I yawned there. Right, well, 60 cents to 80 cents now. That's the new approach. That doesn't look like it's going to hold very well. Nope. Hypogena Box. Right, so this potentially could be a brand new deployable collection. However, I can confirm Sir Q did not make a Hypogena skin this week. Maybe he makes one next week. We shall see. Hello, chat. Chat, you're going to buy a tier 3 sub right now. Every single one of you, every single person in this chat is going to buy a tier 3 sub and then gift a tier 3 sub. This is what you're going to do. Right. Anyway, so, wouldn't be surprised that potentially gets like a large box skin. Wouldn't be surprised that potentially maybe gets a door skin. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too hard. You will buy a tier 3 sub right now. Wrong side. Anyway, so... In short, this can potentially build up to being a collection, but we're probably not going to see that much interest into it until we actually see it being built up into a collection. Small box skins, last year we did get quite a lot, and it didn't really turn out very nicely. What do you mean? We'll go take a look at all of them, because you do not see many of them in the positive there, do you? No. Small box skins, unfortunately, aren't exactly super interesting as how they used to be. Small box skins used to be quite reliable investments. They used to hold their price very nicely. They used to do a decent job of that. Not anymore. They are not doing good anymore. They are not doing good. Now, in general, at the moment, most skins are suffering. So, looks like the small boxes in general are suffering as well. Yeah, that doesn't even glow in the dark. So, yeah, no, I'm not confident in that. I think I'm just going to do, at best, 60 cents to 80 cents. Cool. And here we have the low poly SAR. I looked at this and I immediately said, why was this accepted? Clearly people don't care for the low poly collection. Now, I don't want to sound mean, but look at that. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It's not doing good. People don't care for it. People aren't buying it. People aren't actively using it. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Well, that SAR was accepted. And that SAR has now only sold 4,400. That is very, very, very low. And once again, I reiterate my point based on what I said there with the AK47. Be prepared. You never know. Something like that seems very, very vulnerable to manipulation at some point down the line in the future. Do not be surprised in the slightest if that does happen. There's only 4,400 of these. Maybe there have been some more that are bought, on hidden accounts. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. So if you haven't been keeping track of the likes of the front page of the Rusty market, every now and then you will be seeing a random skin selling for an absurd price. Caution Crossbow seems to be the new one. I saw the initial buyout originally, about a week or so ago. Well, this is starting to get bought out, and if I look at the buy orders, they don't match up to the price it's currently selling for. So as you can see here, $5, yet buy orders are only going up to $1.50. That doesn't make any sense. Well, do not be surprised that if at some point down the line, this skin right here is being listed at $10, with buy orders going all the way up to $10. The manipulators are currently putting an effort in to buy out all the stock that they can, and they will inflate the value. They will pump it up. Yeah, it's only the beginning. It's only the beginning, all right? So be prepared for something like that potentially happening to the likes of the low poly SAR, because if it has incredibly low stock, it's very vulnerable to manipulation. So is there anything else? Scrap Tooth, why are you that price? Damascus Steel, why are you that price? Voodoo Daddy Pickaxe? No, Voodoo Daddy Pickaxe is something that you would see because there's only so many ice pick skins. But yeah, come on, show yourself. Steam's still being very weird, I'm very sorry to say. But Damascus Steel Pickaxe, are you actually worth this price? It's not working. It's not showing itself. Oh, that sucks. Well, it would just... Oh, Predator DBS? Is that a price you should be? $6? $7? But the borders don't match up. Oh, there you go. Magically climbing up. What's all this about? Well, yeah. So, yeah, in short, just be aware, manipulations happen all the time, and something like that, manipulators just won't be able to stop themselves. So, if you want to go for a sneaky purchase, I mean, by all means, consider it. But in terms of a price I'd offer for that, 60 cents to 80 cents, that's not holding its value. People do not care for the collection, and unfortunately, people do not care for the likes of the SAR skins at the moment, as you can see. Too many options that have appeared in a reasonable amount of time. So, and of course, the Twitch drops and whatnot. So we actually went through all the skins. I didn't intend to do all of them at the same time, but yeah, I accidentally mentioned the Damascus, so I just rolled with it. But yeah, those are all of the abnormal and the regular skins. So I must reiterate, Flashbacks, Hoodie and Pants, Respawn Allegory Fresco, Khokhloma Box, Evil Lair Middle Door, Inflatable AR, yeah, those are the only skins that are abnormal. All the other skins, such as Damascus Tier 2, the Hypogena Box, and the Low Poly SAR, they will only become marketable tomorrow when the rush store rotates. Have we got that understood? Do we understand? Cool. Right, so with that, we should now probably quickly talk about what can we expect tomorrow. Chat, we are going to have a rush store tomorrow. Leap day. Huh. Yeah, we're not having a force wipe. We're not having an update tomorrow because, of course, we got an extra day. It is a leap year. We got a leap day. We got a very special leap day rust store rotation tomorrow. So, I'm under the impression that we're going to see a very similar Rustor for what we saw at the very end of January last month. We're going to see skin creators that don't seem to get that many picks. I think it's going to be a very tame Rustor. That is my expectation. So don't be surprised if you see some things and think, is that it? Because I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be some skin creators that do not get that many acceptances. You might even get a skin creator getting their first ever skin being accepted. That is what you should be expecting. Now, as we brought up earlier, the potential candidates for next week's March Force Wipe Rustor rotation, you got the likes of Thunder Gold, Hoodie and Pants version 2, Legacy Kevlar, Boots and Gloves version 2. You got Flashbacks tier 3, potentially. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if we potentially see one of them being accepted as an early pick. No guarantees. No guarantees, but hey, I mean, it might be interesting. We shall see, we shall see. Maybe they do want to accept all of them, but they can't fit them all in for the Force Wipe. So maybe we might have to see one tomorrow. We'll find out, won't we? But of course, if you want to be able to see all of these new skins that have appeared, plenty of very interesting skins. We've even got a Leap Day garage door. Do you know what? I'm putting a bet out. I won't be surprised if this Leap Day garage door is accepted tomorrow. They're the only people that submitted a skin in reference to a Leap Day, and it looks really cool. Look at that. Look at that. That is a good looking garage door skin. When it's night time, you only see the moon. Wow. I think people will be appreciating that. I think Dark Schneider and Skipper did a very good job with that. So, yeah, that is a cool looking skin. That's my guess for tomorrow. Watch it not get accepted and something else gets accepted. We shall see. So anyway, with all of that, consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks video to be up to date with all the newest submissions. But in terms of tomorrow, like I said, just expect something like that. If we don't see anything like that tomorrow, I mean, that would be a positive, wouldn't it? So, cool. And with that, we have screamed and shouted as much as we could, and I do believe we should probably go ahead now and, well, go skip ahead to the buy orders. For me, that's about 40 minutes time, but for you, it's just one snap away. Right then, people, so here we are. We've waited, and, well, the skins are about to appear, and as I was saying to chat just a second ago, I wouldn't be surprised if we see over 10,000 perfectly legitimate buy orders appearing within a nanosecond, and now, go. Nope. Hoodie? Nope. Pants? No. It's midnight, come on. Gimme. Come on. What's going on? Here we go. 310, really? Oh, that was good. Oh god, I've accidentally done the wrong thing. Oh no, crap. Oh no. I'm slow. It's too late. I've screwed up my chances. Right. 1,300. Is that it? Really? Wow, I expected more. Right, let's go back over to here. Right, yep, okay. Barder's pushing all the way up to about that, so I'm going to do... You know what? I'll do 1.03. Why am I doing 1.03? Just to be different. Just because I'm silly. Okay. Barter's only pushing up to a certain point. No one wants to go too high. That's about $1.20. Right. Okay, do you know what? I feel like that was a perfectly reasonable way to buy orders. So what we'll do is we'll skip ahead now, look at all the barter support, and make considerations if we actually want to jump in and consider buying the likes of these. So, with that, right, chat, we're back. So it's been about 26 minutes, and yep, all the skins appeared very nicely. So let's just jump straight in and start discussing the current state of these skins, both the Flashbacks pants and the hoodies. Well, they don't have ridiculous buy orders, which is fun in terms of, watted buy orders. We didn't see that really today, but what we have seen is incredibly strong support. Right now, both of these skins are currently selling for $1.49 in the Rust store, but with buy orders going all the way up to $1.50, I would have reason to believe, yeah, that's looking pretty interesting. But then if we look over to the left, 30, 100, yeah. That's That's a thing. Yeah, people are already listing big fat quantities on the Steam market. However, I will also inform you of something. I am led to believe these people doing this just so happen to probably be the people over here as well. Basically, they're trying to intimidate you to sell to the highest buy order. They're trying to make you panic, all right? They're trying to make you scared, make you worried about the skin. I am still under the assumption that we will see continuation happen. Now, again, nothing is guaranteed, but even then, I can still assume Flashbacks is still going to be doing reasonably okay from here and now. As I said, with a whole bunch of other budget alternatives compared to like Forest Raiders, you can make a very useful, cool-looking green set. But if we see the continuation, which is definitely what we prefer, yes, for sure, you will see this spike in demand and spike in price. And you see these quantities, I don't think they'll exist. I think they'll get completely obliterated. So don't fall for the intimidation. Now, do I still have that video? There we go. Quantity wall manipulation. This is something that's happened many times in the past, and lo and behold, suddenly those quantities disappear because, very likely, a whole bunch of people got scared, unloaded all of their stock to the highest buy order. Yeah. So, do you know what? I might link this in the comment section of what this video will be. So, you know, if you're currently watching this on YouTube, look in the comment section. You'll see that I'll post that there. Consider giving that a good watch. This happens all the time. This happens all the time. So, with what we're looking at here, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the strategy being put in place. Regardless, based on what we currently see here, with the amount of buy orders that we currently have, I will sit here and say, if you want to buy these, it's looking perfectly fine to do so. We are very strong, all the way up to $1.49. And above, yep, two pennies above. So, yeah, these are buy orders going all the way and slightly above the current rush store price. These are still in the rush store, but they have buy orders going all the way up to there. So, in the near future, will we end up seeing a whole bunch of listings? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. If we don't see Flashbacks Tier 3 being accepted immediately, will we start seeing a lot more stock? Will we start seeing prices start to go down a bit? I wouldn't be surprised by that either. But I do still assume and expect that we will still be seeing the likes of Flashbacks, either Tier 2 or Tier 3, being accepted at some point. Now, tomorrow, we could be optimistic, but I wouldn't be too surprised if we don't see it tomorrow. Early picks. We didn't see any early picks last week, and I don't think we got that many before. We'll find out. Tomorrow's rush store is going to be very interesting, but with what we have right there, we'll have to wait and see, okay? So, right. Zeusler, I have to answer that in a second, but basically, Flashbacks is looking good. Respawn Allegory Fresco. I was a bit cautious, a bit hesitant with this. I expressed that more than enough, I'm sure, because I went on for quite some time. Yapped a lot. But, as you can see, with a $1.49 rug skin right here, it has buy orders only going up to $1.20. Now, at the end of the day, could this still improve? Could this still do good? I think it's going to be doing okay. It's definitely one of the best looking rug skins we've ever had. I'm just cautious. And I have a right to be cautious, because unfortunately, a lot of skins just aren't doing a very good job of retaining their value at the moment, because we're getting closer to Easter. The Easter dip is currently happening. However, as we roll into the summer, what will we potentially see? Well, we'll have to wait and see, because the expectation is summertime, we'll see a lot of people return to playing the game, and of course, loads of people playing the game should equal much better skin prices. Fingers crossed, hopefully. So, in regards to that, maybe it might dip in price for a reasonable bit initially, but then maybe it's probably just gradually just rises up in price, exactly like how the From Hell rug behaved. So we'll keep an eye on this. By all means, if you want to actually get a hold of one of these, you could just probably do like a $1.35 buy order. Wouldn't be surprised if you managed to pick one up. Wouldn't be surprised. But I kind of wouldn't be surprised that this probably gets a whole lot more buy orders over the course of the next 20 or so hours. So if you're watching this video on a Thursday, look at it again, and if it's got a whole lot more buy orders, hey, maybe you do want to go ahead and buy one. At the very least, if you like it, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them motivated to keep wanting to put out very nice creative designs in the future. But in regards to as a potential investment, you might want to wait a little bit longer. In terms of wanting to make an actual purchase, it wouldn't be too bad, I reckon, but we'll have to wait and see. So, yeah, it's up to you. 22,000 isn't a ridiculous amount, but many rugs in the past sold around that much and aren't exactly doing super great at the moment, so it's in your hands now. Whatever you do next is, well, purely by your own volition. Right, Khokhloma Box. So this has almost 1,000 buy orders. It's fine. Nothing too crazy. And they only go up to $1.20. That's fine. It is what it is. So, in regards to what I'm currently looking at, that's as much as I was expecting. Will this do alright in the future? Probably. Maybe people will be appreciating the very bright glow in the dark. We'll find out. But, I just personally don't see it. I didn't bid too high. I kind of played it a fair bit safe. Will that retain its value? Well, not currently. If that's $2.49 and you only got barders going up to $1.20, no. No. Then we got the likes of Evil Lair Metal Door. This is even worse, unfortunately. Again, this is currently selling for $2.49 in a Rust store. Barders only going up to 90 cents. And not many at 90 cents. It's mostly around 70 cents. That is not going to retain. That is not looking good. So no, that's not looking to be a good thing to consider buying. And then we look at the Inflatable AR. And, well, again, same thing. It's a $3 skin. And the highest buy order, well, the highest buy order is $3.16. However, after that, it's up to 80 cents. Again, not looking like something that's going to hold out and do all right in the future. But could that potentially be manipulated at some point in the future? We shall see. We shall see. Other than that, no, I wouldn't consider buying any of those right now. So, in short, the only two skins that are looking very, very safe are the Flashbacks pants and the Flashbacks hoodies. Now, again, you could consider buying one of these, or two of these, or 5 of these, or 10 of these, or maybe even 50 of these as well. That's fine, based on what we see here. But that one would be more risky. So, it's in your hands now, people. Are you feeling very optimistic for the likes of Flashbacks, considering that we potentially could see, possibly tomorrow, we can't rule out the possibility, but you could potentially see Tier 3 being accepted tomorrow. I meant to click that, and then, yeah, now you see the full thing. So, yeah, maybe. All right, but that's the best answer we can give. Maybe. There are no definitives. There are no guarantees. I don't think we'll see it tomorrow. And like I said, tomorrow, I expect it to be a calm, tame Rust store. I don't expect to see any insane picks. I think it's just going to be a few skin creators who don't get that many acceptances getting their skins accepted tomorrow. It's March 4 swipe next week, where I expect to see some very interesting things happening. Of course, with a 4 swipe, you would know that tends to be what ends up being the peak player count for the whole month. So we understand this. Typically, you know, if most people are going to be playing at a specific period of time, you'd probably want to put out your best skins in the Rust store, because that's where most, or rather, that is going to be the best time for the most opportune sales overall. More people playing, more people look in the Rust store, more people will see those skins. Therefore, probably a lot better to release much more appealing skins during that period of time in hopes of making some very good sales. Will we see up to about 150,000 people playing next week? Probably. And like I said, with all the little things that are being mentioned in the commits, all the interesting details, night lights, the flamethrower, the harbour changes, and various other little things, I think there will be a lot of curious people jumping in, just wanting to go ahead and see what it looks like in-game or whatnot. So, yes, things are looking interesting. We shall see what happens next week. But don't rule out the possibility that we could potentially see either Flashbacks continuation, or Thunder Gold continuation, or Legacy Kevlar continuation. We don't know, but only tomorrow. Well, you know, that's the only thing. Face Punch decides, and Face Punch can definitely make us very, very, very depressed. That's the only answer. So that, yeah, it looks pretty good to consider buying these. Now, if you want to wait it out until the very last second tomorrow, alright, it's a bit risky, but go for it if you want. But who knows, maybe tomorrow might be an early roster rotation, and if it does happen that way, oh god. Right. Alright then, so I think that's it, chat. Do you want to say goodbye to YouTube? Do you want to bid adieu? And yes, it's up to you now, okay? Like I said, this is very, very, very interesting. It's looking to be potentially a very good investment. But just because it appears to be doesn't necessarily mean it will be. And of course, because it looks so strong at the moment, other people are involved and other people aren't fun to be around. Especially when we see people already doing things like this. So it's a learning experience. Only invest with funds that you can lose, alright? Don't go, you know, opening up the bank and throwing everything at this, alright? only with funds that you can lose. That's the main thing, and that's you won't hurt yourself so much. What's the website? It's scmm.app. Here you go, buddy. Take a look at this. I've got a video for you as well if you want to go take a look at how to approach it. And do you have any thoughts on the Flashbacks right helmet? I don't think it's going to magically go insanely up in price anymore. It's a right helmet. It's not a core piece. Right helmets, we can't rule it out. It's a perfectly fine skin for it and whatnot. And, role players are going to probably enjoy using it, but I think that's probably its good spot. $2 right there. I feel like that's probably it's all it's going to get, I say. So yeah. All right. Cool. So what will the future be for the likes of Flashbacks? We can only find out. But for now, let's all go to bed. Yes. Yep, it's a wrap. So sorry for the very long ramble talking about Flashbacks today, but as I said, I'd rather give you the full proper answer with all the context. And at least at this point right now, I can sit here and say Flashbacks does look like a perfectly fine thing to consider investing into. But that final decision is up to you. And with that, thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Please consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks, which of course is just over to here. As I said, all the collection continuations are chapters. You can skip ahead to the ones that you care about, and you can listen in as Hedge rambles on and on and on, whether those skins potentially might be a nice investment for the future, or rather the collections, if those skins were to be accepted. You get the idea. So, yeah, cool. What am I doing there? I don't know. I need to stop. Done. Go on. Bye. See ya. Go.